Shabbat Shalom. Invite everyone to take their seats, to take a deep breath. To listen to the notes of the music and pay attention to the pounding of the heart. And find perhaps a different pace than the normal pace, Shabbat pace. A little bit slower, a little bit more soulful, a little bit more expansive, and to allow the tefillah, the prayer, to help us travel somewhere. Yedid Nefesh, page 10.
ידיד נפש אב רחמן משוכב דך אל רצונך ירוץ עבדך כמו הים
ישתחווה מול הדרך כי ירב לו ידידותך
מנוף וסוף וכל
נפשי חולת אהבתך ענה רפה נעלה
והרוד לה נועם זיווך אז תתחזק ותתרפא והייתה לך שפחת עולם זה כמה נחשוף
מרוב בתפארת עוזך ענה אלי מחמד ליבי
ושנה ועתיד עולם
הללויה to the Chunanana, page 11. Chunanana launches the 6 Psalms that precede the Chadodi to represent each day of the week. So it's like a review of the week. So each Psalm, we can think what happened Saturday night to Sunday of last week, what happened from Sunday night to Monday, and really review the week in order to bring in Shabbat, page 11. Page 12.
אשר נשפטי ואפי אם יבואון אל מנוחתי שירון אדוני שירנה שירון אדוני כל הארץ שירון לאדוני ברכו שמו בשרו מיום ליום ישועתו ספרו לגויים כלב אדם בכל העמים נקראותה כי גדול אדוני ומהולל מאוד נורא הוא על כל אלוהים כי כל אלוהי עמים מלאים ואדוני שמיים עשה
Page 15, Adonai Malach, Tagel Haaretz Yislechoim Rabbi, Anan Varfel Svivav Tzedek Umishpat Machon Kiso Eish Lefanav. Yilifnei Hadon Kol Haaretz Hagidu Hashamayim Tzidko V'ro Kolam. Page 16, Yevshu Kol Aftei Fesel.
Shama Vatismach Zion Vatagelna Benot Yehuda Leman Mishpatecha Adonai
Ki ata Adonai Elyon Al kol haaretz me'od na'aleta al kol Elohim
Ohavei Adonai, Sinora, Shomer Nafshot Chasidav, Me'ad V'Shaim Yatzilem, Or Zaru Ala Tzadik, Or Yeshua Lev Simcha, Simchot Tzadikim Adonai, Ve'odu Lezecher Kodsho. Page 17, Mizmor Shir Adonai, Shir Chadash, Hini V'lot Asar Shema, Odi Adonai, Yeshuato Le'nekoyim, Zachar Chasdo V'nu. Yirion Adonai, Aretz Mitzchor Adonu V'Zamiron.
יראה הים לו תבל ויושבבה נהרות עמך וכף יחד הרים ירננו
לפני אדוני כי בא לשפוט הארץ, ישפוט תבל בצדק ועמים במישרים. Page 19, אדוני המלך יוגזו עמים יושב שרובים צנות הארץ, אדוני בציון רמו כל עולמים. עוז מלך משפט אהב עצת תלמתם ישתחוו לאדוני והקדושו. Page 20.
משה ואהרון בכהניו ושמואל בקורא שמו קוראים אל אדוני והוא יענה
Me'amun Adonai yidבר עליהם, שמרו עדותיו וחוק נתן לנו.
אדוני אלוהינו אתה ניתם אל נושא היית להם ונוקם על עלילותם
אדוני אלוהינו
והשתחוו לעל קודשו.
כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו
Page 21.
מזמור לדוד
עמוד אדוני
עבור אדוני כבוד ועוז
We turn now to L'Chadodi, after having been through this review of the 6 days of the week with anticipation of what's possible on the seventh day, with the desire for restoration, for renewal, for hope, for release, for connection, and a little more love and compassion. L'Chadodi, page 23.
Shabbat,
התנערי מעפר קורי לבשי בגדי תפארתך עמי על יד בן ישי בית הרבי קורבה אל נפשי
נפשי גאלה
הולך אדוני לקראת קלה בני שבת נקבלה הולך אדוני לקראת קלה בני שבת תבושי ולא תתעלמי מה תשתוכחי ומה תהמי בה יחסו עניי עמי ונכנתה היא עתידה לך אדוני נקבתה בני שבת נקבלה לך אדוני נקבתה בני שבת נקבלה והיו למשיסה
בני שבת נקבלה לך דודי לקראת קלה בני שבת נקבלה בואי ושלום עטרת בלגן בשמחה ובצורת אמוני הצגולה בואי כלה שבת המלכה לך דודי לקראת קלה בני שבת
May be seated. Shabbat Shalom. We turn
Shabbat
to page 27. Mizmor Shir L'Yom HaShabbat. Mizmor Shir L'Yom HaShabbat. Tov lehodot l'Adonai.
מזמור שיר ליום השבת ולזמר לשמך העליון
להגיד בבוקר חסדך ואמונתך בלילות
לעשות ולנבל על היגיון בחינוך כי יסירות לבולך במעשה ידיך ונמגדנו מעשיך אדוני מעולם קום מחשבותיך ישבר לא ידע וכסין לא יבין עצות
Page 28. צדיק אתה מר יפרח כארז בלבנון יסגר
שתולים בבית אדוני בחצרות אלוהינו יפריחו
להגיד כי השעיה צורי ולא עוולה תבוא
Page 29, Adonai Malach Yunamesh Namesh Adonai Yotzitazar Avtikon Tema Matimot Nachon Kistacha Meaz Malamata Mikol Od Mayim Rabbi Adirim Eshmereyam
עתיר במרום אדוני עדותיך נאמנו מאוד
לביתך נאווה קודש אדוני לאורך ימים
ביתך נאווה קודש אדוני לאורך ימים.
This week, it's not an unfamiliar experience for a rabbi to be at the bedside of someone who's in their last moments of being in the world and being with family at that bedside and to sing a melody and to say the Shema. That's the tradition of having the Shema on our lips in our last moments. And that idea is that experience is at the beginning of this week's Torah portion, Parashat Vayechi, where Yaakov summons his sons to his bedside. And what's so powerful in the Midrash about this moment is that as he has his children gathered around him, Yaakov's other name, of course, is Yisrael. It's been changed a couple parshiot ago. And according to the Midrash, which is not in the Torah, the Torah story doesn't tell us this, but according to the story upon the story, his sons gathered around his bedside say, Shema Yisrael, listen, Israel, meaning Yaakov, our father, Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Adonai, God is our God. God is one. And according to the Midrash, he responds to them, Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Blessed be the name of God forever and ever. Which is First of all, the Midrash is genius, right? That they create a story upon the story, but they create it with language that we know deeply. We know the Shema. And in doing so, in putting it in this moment, what those sons are trying to say to him is, listen, Father, we believe in what you've been doing. We're going to continue it on. You may be leaving this world, and we as human beings live on this planet in a temporary way, but something about what you've done is eternal. We live in temporality, but there is something beyond that can travel through time that's eternal. Faith, love. And this Midrash, when I first learned it, it kind of changed the way I thought about the Shema at all. In many ways, we think of the Shema as I grew up in a synagogue, and they called it the watchword of our faith, the watchword of our faith. But putting it in this context essentially says that we're trying to affirm something that's lasting, that something is passed down from generation to generation, that's something that we can hold to be eternal over time. And we say it every morning and every night, and so it's not like we're always at the deathbed. We're not. That doesn't happen to me every week. It just happened to have been this week. But what it does say is that when we say it, we want to say it with some sense of believing that there's something eternal, that there's something that we carry on, that there's something that transcends one life in all its short or long years, and that we carry that from generation to generation, even though it looks different from one generation to the next, even though we change things and wrestle with it. And particularly in a week, I think, when we look at our country and how many things seem to be crumbling before our eyes and raise so many questions, where some things feel so fragile and temporary. Part of what religious life is meant to do is to teach us that there are things that are eternal, that don't go away in a day or a week or a month or in thousands of years. And our tradition has been able to articulate that through this Midrash and through these handful of words that we affirm morning and evening. And so I invite us on the Shabbat, where we say goodbye to Yaakov, we say goodbye to Yosef. In the story, we say goodbye to the book of Bereshit. This is the last parsha of Bereshit. That when it feels like we say goodbye to so many things in time, Shabbat is meant to awaken in us the things that are lasting, like dignity and hope and light to be found in darkness and faith and the stories that have been passed down from generation to generation. And something in us when we think we have nothing left inside. There is some eternal well that exists for us to dig up. So I invite us on this Shabbat of Parshat Vayechi to think about what is eternal for us, what's been eternal in the story of our family, what's been eternal in the story of our people, and even to think about also the principles that are eternal, that we would fight for to be eternal also in the country of ours that we love deeply and are, I think, many of us deeply worried about. What lasts? What can we affirm that we will make last? And what we can also have faith in to affirm not only at the deathbed, but each and every day of our lives, morning and evening, with the Shema. אני מסדרת אותו. הוא מעביר יום ויהי לילה, הוא מבדיל בין יום ובלילה, אדוני צבאות שמו, חי וקיים תמיד, ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני, המארי והרבים. Page 40 אהבת עולם בית ישראל עמך הבטחה, תורה ומצוות חוקים ומשפטים אותי. הכן אדוני אלינו ושכבנו וקומנו ונצליח בחוקינו.
כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו, ובהם נהגי יומם ולילה, ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל.
אמן.
והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך.
Emet, page 43a. B'emunah kosot v'kayam aleinu ki hu Adonai Eloheinu. Anachnu Yisrael amo avotenu miyad malachim alkinu. Hamishnu v'yarim k'arneinu. Ha'oseh lanu nisim v'nekama v'ka'otot v'muktim b'atmatcham v'ka'otzet. Maybe Rabbanan. I wrote for him, but it's on him. Michamocha, page 44.
משה ומרים ובני ישראל לך אנו שירה בשמחה רבה ואמרו חורה אלי 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 אלי
Pray for peace, page 45. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom. V'amidenu malkeinu l'chaim ufros. Aleinu sukat shalamecha v'tachneinu b'etzat tova. Uvitzel kanprem. Ki al shomrenu matzilenu. U'shmot zetenu.
B'chai yekon uv yom echon ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שם קודשה ויכול אלה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה קדוש וחתה ונחמתה דמירן ואמרה.
We face Yerushalayim for the silent Amidah. The prayer book has from 47 to 52, the formal text, or the prayers of your own heart.
Please remain standing. Vayichulu, page 43. Vayichulu Hashemayim va'aretz v'chol tzva'am Vayichal Elohim b'yom hashvi'i melachto asher asa Vayishvot b'yom hashvi'i mikol melachto asher asa
Vayivarech Elohim et yom hashvi'i v'yikadesh oto Ki bo shavat mikol melachto asher bara Elohim la'asot
אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו ואימותינו אלוהי אברהם אלוהי יצחק ואלוהי יעקב אלוהי שרה אלוהי רבקה אלוהי רחל ואלוהי לאה האל הגדול הגיבור והנורא עליון קונה שמיים וארץ
לעמו ביום שבת קודשו כי בם רצה להניח להם
לפניו נעבוד ביראה ופחד ונודה לשמו בכל יום תמיד
ועוד הברכות אל הודות אדון השלום מקדש השבת וברך שביעי
מניח בקדושה לעמד בשתי עונג זהר למעשה
ותן חלקנו את תורתך, שבנו מטובך ושמח נפשנו ישועתך, ותאר ליבנו לעבדך באמת, והנחילנו אדוני אלוהינו ברצון שבת קודשך, וינוחו וישראל לקדשי שמך, ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. Kaddish Shalem, page 54.
יתגדל ויקדש שמי רבה
אמן.
בעלמא תברח ירתה ומליך מלכותה בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דחו בישראל בגלה בזמן קריב וימרו
ושמרה במברך לעלם ולעלמי עלמיה יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתעלה שבט קודשה וכולי למן כל ברכתה ושירתה תוש וכתה ונחימתה למרים בעלמה ואמרו אמן
תתגבר צלותון ובאותון דחו ישראל קדם ובון נשמע ואמרו אמן
ויהי שלום רבה מן שמיה וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל וימרו
ועושה שלום בדרומיו ויעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל
ועל כל יושבי תבל
This Shabbat we celebrate Annie Brown becoming a bat mitzvah. She'll lead us in Kiddush. It's hard to believe it happened, huh? Or it's happening. Page 55, Kiddush. We invite anyone who's here for the first time to come forward so we can greet you. Also, any children who are here, some are already up front. And for Kiddush.
No one's here for the first time except, is that possible?
No,
raise your hand if you're here for the first time.
Okay, I have
Welcome.
more people. I have more
We
people
don't
around
believe
here.
you.
Come,
Welcome.
come,
Where are you
come.
from? Oregon. Wow, you traveled far to be here tonight. Welcome. Anyone else here for the first time? Yeah. Michigan. All right. From the back. San Francisco. A lot of West Coasters. All right. Anyone else come for the first time? Yeah. Okay, New Jersey. Which exit? Welcome, welcome. Okay, anyone else that I missed?
So I want to welcome the parents of Shirley, who is someone who's staying with us for the year.
One of our
Gilad and
Shinshinim.
Michal, one of the Shinshinim, who is helping in our Hebrew school and also many other schools in the Upper West Side.
Ruchim Habayim. There's someone in the back, yes? Where from? Israel. Okay. Welcome. Ruchim Habayim. Yes? Astoria. Welcome. Which train, right? Okay. Kiddush, page 55. Sing under the Tali. The kids come Hamalach Hogo El Oti, which we sing every Friday night here and for the children.
And those of you who don't know the words, it's actually in the KJ this Shabbat. So if you look at page 4, it's at the bottom of page 4.
It's a part of this week's parasha, Vayechi, and so is the blessing for the boys occurs in this week's parasha.
Hamalach hagoel oti, Hamalach hagoel oti mikol ra, yevalech et ha'ne'arim, mitkarev ahem shemi, b'shem avotai, b'shem avotai, והידגו לרוב, והידגו לרוב, בקרב הארץ.
For the boys, we say Yisimcha Elohim ke'Ephraim Menashe. For the girls, Yisimech Elohim ke'Sara Rivka Rachel v'Leah. Together, Yivarechecha Adonai v'Yishmerecha, Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka, Yisa Adonai panav elecha. Yasem lecha shalom. Amen.
Page 56.
Aleinu
לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שמנו בגורלנו כל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא
שנותן שמיים וארץ הסוף שלנו וכל השמיים ושכינת הטוב וגמרים ואלוהינו אלוהינו עמקנו ופסולתו ככתוב. The second line from the bottom, the third word in.
אל לבבך כי אדוני הוא האלוהים והשב אותה אל לבבך כי אדוני הוא האלוהים והשב אותה אל לבבך כי אדוני הוא האלוהים ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד
All those marking a yard site are invited to please remain standing for Mourner's Kaddish. For those in mourning, page 58. Yitzgadal v'yikadash shmei Rabbi ve'amad yivrach b'rutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayichon u'v'yamechon u'v'chayei zechol beit Yisrael ba'agala u'v'zman kariv v'yamru amen Yehei shmei Rabbi v'rach le'olam olmei omaya Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei d'kudesha b'rechu Le'elam min kol berchata v'shirata tushvachata v'nechamata da'amiran be'alma v'yamru amen Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yamru amen Oseh shalom v'rumav v'yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. May be seated. Shabbat shalom to everyone. We want to wish Annie a mazal tov on becoming a bat mitzvah. She'll be called to the Torah tomorrow morning. Services begin at 9:30, and should be a beautiful morning. And particularly, I know we're carrying the memory of your grandmother, who I'm sure would have loved to have been here, and so we're keeping her close. We want to extend our condolences to Karen Wexler and Doug Waite and their children Ben and Josh on the death of Karen's mother, Ann, to Stacy Merrill and Ron Taffel and their children, Leah, Matthew, and Sam, on the death of Stacy's father, Maynard Merrill, and to Todd Ruback and Suzanne Schechter, their son Grant, on the death of Todd's father, Erwin Ruback. We want to wish a mazal tov to the entire Zivan family on the birth of Hallel Zivan, the great-granddaughter of Sai Zivan and Helen Schreier, and Karen Zivan, Zichrona Levracha, and to Amanda and Joel Rozawi on the birth of their son, Raphael Levy, who's the grandson of Tova Felcha and Andrew Levy, and Olga Rozawi and Walter Rozawi, Zichrono Levracha. Lots of generations here, which is a really beautiful, beautiful thing. So services tomorrow at 9:30, and just want to point a couple things coming out. This week we're hosting with Hadar an intensive week with Joey Weisenberg, who's an incredible musician and is the composer of many melodies, some of which we use. The Lechadodi, the first half was his melody. It's called Lincoln's Nigun, and we sing a number of his other melodies, and he has a beautiful singing intensive the week of Christmas week, which will culminate on Thursday evening at a concert here in the sanctuary at 7:30. So we're really excited for the week. You can look online for registration, and if not coming for the whole week, then join us for the concert, which promises to be really, really beautiful, and at 7:30 on Thursday. We also want to let everyone know we have this long-standing partnership with the Church of St. Paul and in St. Andrew, and there are as many BJ people on Christmas Eve at the Church of St. Paul and St. Andrew as there are members of St. Paul and St. Andrew, which is also a beautiful thing. Christmas Eve services are at 10:45 for anyone. They're very welcoming. It's a very beautiful and sweet service for those of us who are here. Monday evening at 10:45, and it concludes at midnight with the ringing of the bells. It's very beautiful. And then, not next Shabbat, but the Shabbat after, we will be marking the 25th yahrzeit of Rabbi Marshall T. Meyer, who was the refounding rabbi of this community when it was moribund in the mid-'80s. And legend has it that he sat by the payphone and with quarters to get people to come. There was no one here. Hillel Friedman, his brother-in-law, is sitting with us. And his legacy is incredible, and many people in our community, most people didn't know him. I didn't know him. He was Ari's teacher. Ari grew up with him as his rabbi, but I think those of us who didn't know him and have been part of this community for so long feel as if we've been incredibly transformed by his teachings and his legacy. And so we'll be marking that on Thursday evening, January 3rd, at 7 o'clock. I think it's at 7 o'clock. With a video of who he was. It's for people who knew him and for people who didn't know him, who would like to know more about him, and conversation Thursday evening, January 3rd. And then all throughout Shabbat we'll be hosting, we have a fellowship, a rabbinic fellowship, and we have, I think, 24 fellows who have been through the fellowship or in the midst of their fellowship, like Tobias, and about 18 of them will be here over the course of Shabbat and be participating in the service and sharing about his legacy in services Friday night. Shabbat morning after Kiddush, we'll be having a conversation with the fellows to talk about his story and his legacy. And on Shabbat afternoon, he was a human rights activist. He really risked his life in Argentina to save people and to protest the junta that had taken over. And he believed deeply in democracy. And at a time now when our democracy, we believe, is profoundly at risk, it's important to really talk about these things. And so we have the great privilege of hosting Richard Cohen, the president of the Southern Poverty Law Center, and Gina Green, who's the chief strategy officer at Bend the Ark, which is a Jewish justice organization, national Jewish justice organization. I'm on the board, and both organizations have been working in different ways to fight white supremacy, anti-Semitism, and the hate that's been bubbling so profoundly in our country, and really puts our democracy at risk. So we hope you'll be a part of that. That will begin at 4:45. And finally, the Shabbat after January 12th, we always have a teaching since Shira Palmer Sherman, who died 18 years ago, a 20-year-old in our community, was tragically killed. We have a teaching in her honor and her memory, and this year we're hosting Dara Horn, the author, and so it promises to be a wonderful Shabbat afternoon at 4:30. It's called Litera Torah, Yiddish Troubadours, and Modern Midrash in memory of Shira Palmer Sherman. There are many events coming up in 2019. Pay attention. We'll end with Shalom Aleichem, page 73.
מלאכי עליון, ממלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. השלום, מלאכי השלום, מלאכי עליון, ממלך מלכי המלאכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא היין, רוחכם לשלום, מלאכי השלום, מלאכי עליון, ממלך מלכי המלאכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא, ברכוני לשלום, מלאכי השלום, מלאכי עליון, ממלך מלכי המלאכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא, ברכוני לשלום, מלאכי השלום, מלאכי עליון, ממלך מלכי המלאכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא, ברכוני לשלום, מלאכי השלום, מלאכי עליון, ממלך מלכי המלאכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. שאתכם לשלום, מלאכי השלום, מלאכי עליון, ממלך מלכי המלאכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. שאתכם לשלום, מלאכי השלום, מלאכי עליון, ממלך מלכי המלאכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. שאתכם לשלום, מלאכי השלום, מלאכי עליון, ממלך מלכי המלאכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא.
All those going to the dinner with Ari can proceed next door to the chapel. Adonai Ozle Amo Yitin, Adonai Yivarech Atamav Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
שבת שלום.